Hey, in this week's video, I want to talk about a super important topic to ensure that you're growing and moving in the right direction to achieve everything that you want in your life. Now, before I get into the meat and potatoes of what it actually is, I want you to self-reflect on your life, your daily life, specifically in your career. You know, at some point, or maybe on a very regular basis, you do check-ins, right? For your career, your job, maybe projects. That might be monthly, quarterly, yearly. Usually that sees how you're moving forward in the organization, in the company, and also a lot of that stuff as far as, you know, performance or yearly performance check-ins is tied directly with pay increases and how you're contributing to the organization. But you know, that's all very, very important stuff. And I also want to take it a step further to how you can ensure to not only progress in your career and make sure you're getting everything you want out of that, but also something that's important to do in your personal life and make sure everything's well-rounded and you're succeeding and moving where you want to go. And that is self-check-ins, or self-reflection if you want to call it that. And what I mean specifically is having set time to just kind of reflect on how things are going in your life. Now that may be weekly, it might be quarterly, hopefully it's definitely monthly and quarterly, that way you can make the adjustments you need. But if you can make it a habit to either set time on your calendar and have self-reflection, whether it's for 30 minutes a week or maybe an hour a month to see how you're moving forward, or you might already be doing this subconsciously where you have a goal in mind and you're not sure if you're hitting it, and you just make adjustments and continue to improve and redirect, that way you can get where you need to go. And so I would challenge you, if you're not currently doing this either subconsciously or consciously at all, make it a habit. I would recommend to start at least weekly and monthly. And the reason is it's a chunk of time that has passed enough to know if you're on the right track or off the track, and you can make those small adjustments before you get too far along and it's too late and you don't have enough time to readjust. So what does this look like? Here's a couple tips. When you sit down to go through this exercise, it doesn't have to be anything structured or crazy, but just think about it. What went right during the week? Did I do right in my career, my business, my health? Did I eat right? Is there opportunities to improve? And you might start to commit these things to paper because something that really special happens when you don't just trust your fortune to your memory and you commit these things to paper. You can see, hey, these are all the things that I did that were right. Or hey, these are the things that I set out to do but I didn't do. Or I started to do them and they can be a little bit better. So you just make these small tweaks, small adjustments, and usually that's where the massive success happens, on the daily things that we do really, really well, and knowing when we need to adjust or when things are moving right and when we can continue to do the things that we set out to do. And if I promise you, if you will set out to do self-reflection, and again, I'm not telling you how you should do the time frames, I'm just suggesting if you haven't done this stuff before, maybe to start weekly and monthly, and before long, you might start to have it where you're doing it throughout the day and making adjustments and seeing how you can get better. And that might be some other topics, not just career, health, and personal, but hey, how's my attitude? How am I responding to how people are coming at me in my life? How am I progressing in my health, my fitness, my relationships? All of these things that make up a successful life, when you become self-aware, that is whenever you really start to own things and you see momentum shifts, or quantum leaps, some people call it, in the right direction. You'll start to achieve things much faster than you thought possible. And before we jump off this video, I'll tell you one instance where this will absolutely not work for you. And that is if you have a victim mentality where you feel like nothing's wrong with you, it's the rest of the world. If you have that attitude, you will never be able to make the adjustments internally that you need to achieve results in the external world. So if you don't have the victim attitude and you know that, hey, it's my responsibility to have success and make adjustments and do the things that I need to do, I promise you, if you adopt this exercise into your life, you will move leaps and bounds, probably much quicker than you set out to be, because you're making those moves on a very, very continual basis. So I hope this helps. Make self-reflection a part of your life, and I look forward to hearing how this can benefit you in your life and the success and results you'll see out of this exercise. So thanks for tuning in this week. I will catch you on the next one.